Holy Week begins on Palm Sunday with Jesus making a triumphal entry into Jerusalem. And his first destination was the temple, where there were fireworks. Now, conveniently for me, Mark in his Gospel has this happening the day after the triumphal entry. Not so Luke, Matthew and John, who put it elsewhere. But in any case, the precise timing hardly matters. It's the event itself that is significant. So, let me read out for you Mark's account. And they came to Jerusalem. And he entered the temple and began to drive out those who sold and those who bought in the temple. And he overturned the tables of the money changers and the seats of those who sold pigeons. And he would not allow anyone to carry anything through the temple. And he was teaching them and saying to them, "Is it not written, 'My house shall be called a house of prayer for all the nations'? But you have made it a den of robbers." And the chief priests and the scribes heard it, and were seeking a way to destroy him, for they feared him, because all the crowd was astonished at his teaching. Now, we can read this story in different ways. The way it's presented in the other Gospels can make it seem as though Jesus is offended by the commercialisation of what should be sacred space, the evil capitalist traders, or perhaps the greedy priests trying to exploit the worshippers. And indeed, there may be elements of this in the story. But before we march on Hereford Cathedral to trash the souvenir shop, we should look at a detail that only Mark records. Jesus quotes the prophet Isaiah that the temple should be made a house of prayer for all nations. It was the great Victorian Bible scholar, Bishop J.B. Lightfoot, who first noticed the significance of this. The money changers worked in the outer part of the temple, the court of the Gentiles, and this was the only place where these non-Jews could enter and pray. And it was here that the market had been set up, depriving them of their place of worship, their sacred space. The first act of Jesus, the Messiah, the Son of God, entering into his temple, his city, inaugurating his kingdom, was to open up worship to people of all nations. Jesus tears barriers down. Do we spend too much time trying to put these back up? Amen.